Hey guys, so in today's video we're going to do another tropical discussion about the potential of, really would be most likely subtropical storm Bertha starting to form around Wednesday and potentially getting better formed going towards next weekend. So you can see as we get to Wednesday we get this where's my mouse? There it is. We get this huge area of precipitation, and as I start to move this forward, you can see it starts to get better organized and starts to get this more of a closed low up here. And it doesn't seem like it really forms all too well, especially because of this frontal system up here. It'll just get the rest of the moisture will just get sucked up into that. So we'll have to keep watching that. Let's see. Where's the wind? Here. Yeah. Okay. So you can see it. It gets up towards 34 knots, maybe at most. So it could become maybe a subtropical depression at most, as it looks right now. Let's see how the euro takes it. So with the euro, we're looking at the vorticity, and so there's the vorticity. It tries to get a little better organized, but it doesn't really. So I mean, it's not looking too likely for the system to really form too well at all, and really be named. There's really not much of a likely chance that it would be named. Let's see the CMC. Oh wait, sorry, hold on. Gotta go to precip. We can go to precip with this. So you can see there's the moisture, and then it really just it kind of tries to get its act together a little bit real quick, but it doesn't do so really at all successfully. It just gets sucked up into the northern system. Let's see what it shows though for a wind with its wind. So you can see it. It does show that in some parts of the system, the winds could get as high as maybe close to 46 knots. I don't know. I don't really think it will potentially get that strong anywhere within the system. Maybe at most, if it really does try to get its act together quickly, we'll get like maybe a 40 knot sustained system, so maybe just barely a tropical storm. But it's not looking great, though. We'll just have to see. Let's see what the CMC is showing for the vorticity. The CMC, interestingly enough, is showing the system getting much better defined and has much better vorticity. So we'll just have to keep an eye on this, see if the GFS and the Euro start to shift more towards what the CMC is showing right now. The NavGem, let's go to MSLP and Precip. You can see the NavGem isn't all that keen at all with the system, but it's fine. The icon, it goes out far enough to kind of show the moisture that for the system, but not really showing that system trying to form yet. And then I guess we can go ahead. So really, this is the system that I want to really mainly focus on with you guys for right now. And I mean, I'll give a little bit, like at the end here, I'll talk about a little bit more about the possibility because the GFS is the only one as of right now that is really able to show this. Going into the beginning of June, you can see all this moisture here in the Western Caribbean, making its way over the Yucatan. You can see that closed low going over the Yucatan, and then going into the Central Gulf and trying to strengthen there. Look, this is very far out. I have no idea. No, no one really has any idea if this would really happen. It's interesting that the GFS is showing this. But honestly, we'll have to wait and see what happens. We'll really have to wait another week to even really think about trying to start to see if it will really happen at all, if at all, how likely it would be. I mean, just for the hell of it, let's just look at the wind with it. You can see it gets pretty decent wind around it. It gets up to like 52, 58 knots. So that's decent. Potentially like a strong tropical storm. Let's see. What else would we? Let's see. What else could we look at? The vorticity with this system. Yeah, we should look at that. Just going back. So it starts to the vorticity as of right now. It's showing it gets pretty tight right as it goes across the Yucatan. Then it kind of breaks up a little bit, and then tries to get its act together a good bit more. But honestly, like I'm saying, just it's way too early to even really think about this system yet. I'm just showing it to you guys just to let you guys know about this. Just like the GFS is showing this. It's interesting because that's what it did with Arthur. Started showing the potential Arthur like a week, 2 weeks before it really happened. And it got it right. That was very interesting and cool and surprising that the GFS actually got it right with showing it that far out in time. Who knows if it'll be right with this one, but right now, honestly, who really cares? Who cares? Actually, we'll look at the GFS vorticity with that potential subtropical storm Bertha system. And the vorticity for the GFS showing with it is decent. It is decent. But then it just gets sucked up into the storm. But it doesn't look like the vorticity will be that great that it will really look like it'll strengthen that much. But, I mean, who knows? Honestly, I'll just keep informing you guys on especially this system over the next few days. And then once we get to like Monday, Tuesday, and especially once we get to Wednesday, I'll really start to talk about how likely the system is to form and talk about how likely it could potentially be to actually forming enough to be named or really be monitored at all, potentially by the National Hurricane Center. So that's really, that's really it for today's video, guys. I mean, we can look at real quick what the Enzo region is at right now. It's at a negative 0.332 degrees Celsius below average. So it's definitely cooling a lot. We're in a cold neutral phase right now. And I'd say potentially we'll be in an official La Nina by at the latest mid-June, though there is potential that we may enter a La Nina before then. But chances are looking a lot more likely that we will enter a La Nina, some sort of La Nina, whether it's a weak La Nina, a strong, moderate La Nina, way earlier than expected. Because originally we all thought really that the La Nina would form right as we start heading into the peak of the hurricane season, but now it's looking like it'll form way beforehand. So the activity for this hurricane season looks to potentially be even more enhanced. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. But other than that, yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.